yours, Ghost.
Ho ho ho! That Vader.
And will the I'm not sure if I mentioned this a few seconds ago or I've just forgotten. Will there be any matches with China in this?
China does not come in until 1987.
Oh, right.
So in this, there's only 2 more matches left, and then in the next PPV, which is It's Time, we will have the likes of Goldust, Triple H, Ahmed Johnson. Sorry, that's the Royal Rumble. Sorry. Flash Funk, Leif Cassidy, Mark Mero, Taker. I mean, there's no kind of women wrestlers at all. God, when does DX get created? Is it after was DX at WrestleMania 13?
No.
We would be able to answer this quite easily if I just fucking took out my phone and typed in something simple. But I'm not going to do that because that's not how this podcast works.
We're living back in the 90s now.
Yeah, we're watching it as if we were back in the 90s.
We have to go down to the library. That's the hip and cool library.
Yeah, with limited knowledge of the matches, just from our memories, so that we don't know too much about it. You know, we get excited about it. So I don't know. Actually, no. Moving off the top of my head. So the answer is we don't know.
Oh, by the way, I managed to make a copy of the first Korn album on tape. If you guys want that as well.
Really?
Seeing as we're living in 1996.
That is awesome.
That is off the hook.
I've heard that in their new video, there's slow motion.
What?
Yep.
They don't have that kind of technology, do they?
They do. They get a bullet and they shoot it at things in slow motion, and a cartoon is in it. Yeah, crazy stuff.
That my mind is blown almost to the same extent when I saw President Clinton's speech last week. It was really like powerful stuff.
That guy can talk.
Oh,
he can talk the panties off women. He'll never do it, of course, because he loves his wife.
Of course,
yes, but he could. And his
foreshadowing.
And why do you think he said that? Sounded kind of pointed. And his ugly fucking daughter. So, coming up next is Sycho Sid versus Shawn Michaels. This is for the WWE Championship. This is the first match that Giles has seen with Shawn Michaels, so it's going to be fucking awesome. And it's going to start at 2 hours, 23 minutes, 36 seconds. One dream.
There is one dream where you walk into the kitchen and there's a grizzly bear.
And you appear to be naked.
You're late for school. What do you do?
A montage of wrestlers going, I have the same dream every night. I walk into the kitchen. The Kodiak bear looks at me. I'm naked. And then it kills me. It eats my face. What about you, Shawn Michaels? I also have this dream.
But then I become the Kodiak bear.
I am the bear.
So there's Shawn Michaels.
Does that mean maybe they're all some kind of pod group? They've been replaced by alien pods and they all share this dream. That's it, I figured that.
If that's not a backstory, that should be. They should just have an entire league where it just turns out they're pod people. I would watch that.
I'm not going to lie, and this is in no way a joke. Whenever you said pod, I thought you were talking about Payable on Death.
The Christian rock band?
We are youth of the nation. Yeah.
Oh.
So, they're friends, you see, they're fighting back. Oh, and there was a bit of dissent, as usual.
Friction.
Yeah, ooh. You gotta lube that up, Vader. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, sweet chin music, which is where he just kicks him in the back.
It's very fast paced.
What are you gonna do when Shawn Michaels comes looking for you, brother?
Well, I'll probably go to church, then maybe sit down with the family.
Well,
usually read the papers on Sunday as well.
As everyone does.
I was reading the other day, there's a Twitter called WWE Creative, and it kind of rips the piss out of the fact that WWE Creative have no idea what the fuck they're doing nowadays. And one of them was, would Shawn Michaels be a good wrestler nowadays? Well, no, because nowadays a super kick is only good for a 2 count. Because his ending move was a super kick where he just kicked him in the chin. It's called sweet chin music. But nowadays they do that as a normal move.
Oh.
It's kind of gotten into usage so much. And so, but people get hit. Look, the Twin Towers.
Oh, too soon. That's too soon to have that up, isn't it?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
It's not that, of course, we know anything will happen to them.
No.
Psycho Sydney.
I always say, whenever I see them in any movie from any era, whenever I see them, I go, oh, too soon.
I know.
He's still getting pops from the crowd. The crowd still want to touch him. And that's...
He seems to be, very engaged with the crowd.
He's... Like Dan says, like, God, he must be awful intense to talk to. He must be a hard man to talk to. Look at him, lad. Listen, do you ever go camping yourself? Because you're intense.
Oh.
It just seems like the kind of guy who you're sitting at the table talking to him, and every 2 minutes they get up and they pace around for 30 seconds and then sit down again. You're making me nervous.
Yeah.
Stay in your seat.
It's sorry, who is this?
It's Psycho Sid.
Psychotic
Sydney.
Psychotic Sydney.
It's Sid. How's the macaroni? Fine.
It's good. That's all I'm going to say.
Sid, your knuckles are white. You're really squeezing that fork there, huh? What's about it?
He's kind of like the Ultimate Warrior, I suppose, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the Sid last thing. There you go.
Ah.
The Ultimate Warrior, just like him, was kind of so intense and built up, full of energy, and
I mean, he's got a huge, very impressive intro, and again, he just sort of basically stepped over the ropes. I mean,
yeah, that's a big wrestler thing, though. It's a kind of a cliche to if you're
just
pushing
so
7
tall.
foot. Yeah, he is. And Shawn Michaels is not Shawn Michaels is 6'1".
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels is not a big guy, but once you
For wrestling, because in real life, when you meet someone that's 6 foot, that's a good height to be, or 6'1". But in wrestling, that makes you some kind of pygmy that they can throw around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a woman wearing a very 90s,
Jackie
of course,
O,
is the era jacket.
So it's Shawn Michaels, World Heavyweight Champ, Pill Popper Extraordinaire, bit of a head kiss.
He's like a human disco ball.
He is, yeah. He look like I've said this before. He looks like a lad from the Village People.
Now that would be a wrestling match.
All the Village
People.
People. Yeah.
On a submarine.
If you think that
The
he's,
loser gets airlocked.
if you think that Psycho Sid had a good entrance, Shawn Michaels has probably got one of the best ones. He's also renowned for singing his. Listen to the crowd. He sings his own theme music. Looks dragged you really more. Yeah, he's like in past PPVs. Kids, look at that! Look, people are pulling at him. Like in past PPVs, people have knocked down the barricades to try and get to him.
Wow.
In fact, I think that's happened. Oh, there's Polka Kid. Yeah, he normally goes and plants a kiss on one of the girls.
He just kissed someone and handed him a rose. That's
Yeah.
They say chivalry is dead.
Well, that's the thing, is that whenever his gimmick, I suppose, is Heartbreak Kid. Look at that.
Wow.
We tried to do that at Dan's wedding.
As those bridesmaids will never be the same again.
No.
I wasn't even there.
Shane hit one of them with a chair in the back.
To be fair, though, I mean, it was who the pyrotechnician for putting the fireworks in that place was just a fucking idiot.
Shouldn't have done it indoors. The roof was far too low. There's a lot of, in retrospect, there were a lot of things that we could have done differently.
We dropped the ball.
Yeah.
An awful lot, yeah.
I hold myself partially to blame for this.
And of course, the God turned up because they thought it was possibly a sectarian attack. It all spiraled out of control from there.
Lads, guys, what are you doing? You've set the place alight. Right, I'll get on the blower, so.
You know what happens when you end up when you spoke this? Galloway.
Like George Galloway. Licking himself, pretending to be a cat in the Big Brother house.
Oh, George.
Go on.
Oh no, it's a boring George Galloway fact. There are many.
He's a really boring guy. Interesting thing about Shawn Michaels, he's got tattoos, which wrestlers generally did not have back in the 90s. He has chest hair, which wrestlers generally did not have back in the 90s. He's a good bit shorter than Psycho Sid. He was champ despite the fact he was mad for pills. What a guy, look at him.
Well, look at his hair. I mean, he clearly uses your volumizing shampoo.
Oh yeah, he's done some tremendous work with his hair. That's undeniable.
I think we can all agree that we just would love to have his hair.
This is some flowing locks.
He's a great guy. Look at him, like, go give him a hug.
Why would you grapple with someone that much taller and that much more muscular than you?
Exactly. He just keeps swatting him down. It's
And he keeps on getting up like, oh,
whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
That's not even a bit. Shawn Michaels has just forgotten that he's fallen down. That's all that's happened.
I mean, he's barely broken a sweat. He's just pushing him down.
Just keeps pushing it and pushing it and pushing it.
See, just there he grabbed
Pushing his luck.
Yeah.
Just before he grabbed the hair, there was a slight moment of there. My God, it's so soft.
Is this man's hair? Oh
wow!
Yep, Lariat. It's Lariat, isn't it? Or is it?
I'm impressed.
Body.
I'm impressed already. Just really the pace of it. It's
I mean, you'll have this type of thing where you go into headlocks and chin holds and.
Of course, his shoulders aren't touching.
Yeah.
So he's so the count
shoulders.
hasn't started.
That's it. Very good. Very good, Giles. You're learning. Did he just did Earl Hebner just smack Shawn Michaels? Oh, fucking great. Oh. Oh.
He's just building up for a pounding.
He's hounding for a pounding.
Pounding.
Yeah, what is it? Hounding for a pounding, cruising for a bruising. Yeah. Oh! That's very good mirroring where they're just doing the same spots. That's quite good. See who's got the best spot. Yeah. Well, there's Caesar, as you can see in the white.
Oh yes.
Yeah, just sitting with his feet up.
Dispassionately, yes, throw him.
He really needs a crown of laurels. He just his pose demands it.
The guy behind him tried to put his arm around him. No, I have none of that shit. Oh, fuck!
Sycho still going for his finisher within the first 2 minutes. Obviously, not going to happen.
Did he either squeeze him out through his legs, or did he
Bullcut Kid. Every time he appears, the camera's like, "Get the fuck away from that fat kid!"
Tag me in, Shawn. Tag me in.
One of the theories. Go on.
Bullcut Rumble, Bullcut Kid,
Bullcut Rumble
versus everyone.
One of the theories we have about Bullcut Kid is that his mum fucked a WWE cameraman. And so every time a camera looks around, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna fucking kill you! You fucked my mom!"
Yeah, because he came into the room and all he could see in the dimly lit bedroom was a WWE cameraman t-shirt and the red blinking. Yeah, the red just moving forward. I never saw your face, but I'd know that camera.
The unblinking eye of cuckolding.
And so begins. It's the journey of Bullcut Kid. One boy's journey for revenge.
Oh, fucking brilliant knee drop. There's the dude.
He's down.
Yeah, well,
the Richard Nixon approach of kick him while he's down.
There's that girl in the Hard Rock Cafe as well. She's not happy. Not happy with any of this. Kick him up the arse.
Oh, back of the knee. It's a very good move. Take him down.
And this is good psychology, like continually attacking one body part, try and take him out.
I'm surprised he can move him though. I mean, he's
oh,
shit, wait, wow.
Oh, is it a figure four?
Probably shouldn't be doing as much of that though. Posing.
Oh, there he is. Figure four leg lock is a fantastic move.
Ah, yes, but is that his shoulders down?
His shoulders down, so you should really go for the pin right now. But
we'll try and sort of kick him off, like throw him.
Yeah. Well, what they tend to do is that, and it makes no fucking sense. But if Sycho Sid was able to roll over, and then if he was able to roll over on his front, then the pressure changes. It doesn't, of course. The pressure stays the same, but they let on that's the way to counter it. Is that you roll on your front, and then the person who's applying the hold suddenly gets the hold turned back on him. It makes no fucking sense. There's a move that Ric Flair did this, didn't he? Ric Flair did the figure 4?
Yeah, it's his finisher, I think.
Yeah, and his daughter Charlotte does the figure 8, which is exactly the same, only she arches her back. It's called the figure 8 because it's twice as good.
Also, it's just looking in there. He's looking at a divine revelation.
Oh, look! Let's see, it's suddenly reversed.
That's
it's not though. It obviously doesn't, but yeah, it's like one of these wrestling tropes. It's just constantly brought out, like Samoan guys having hard heads. That's another thing, that you never headbutt a Samoan because it hurts your head. I know, stupid. Like,
I'd like to see some scientific figures on that. Skull thickness of Samoans. And then drop some knowledge on their posteriors.
No mercy, the knowledge will be dropped.
Now that is my kind of SmackDown.
An intellectual SmackDown. The greatest of all the SmackDowns. Yeah. It's a weird trope. I'm trying to think of other ones. Can you think of any other tropes that are constantly kind of brought up in wrestling? That
the 10 punches in the corner.
10 punches in the corner, yeah. Nothing exposes the wrestling business without allowing your man to punch you 10 times in the corner. What else? Ooh. I think the suplex as well. Like any sort of suplex, obviously requires
quite careful sort of.
Yeah, but it requires 2 people to do it. Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But people keep on saying, "Oh, the strength," and I suppose actually the person who's holding it up has a good amount of strength actually to lift someone up, but still. Chocolate. Oh.
Psychotic Sydney has a kind of unnatural tan colour about him.
He does.
Like a man who was never meant to be that shade. You know?
It's true. It is oddly captivating. As is the shade of blonde in his hair. It just doesn't contrast with everything else.
Mm-hmm. He's a weird guy.
Wonder what he's doing now.
He returned in 2010, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm. For a Royal Rumble.
See, that's a sensible move after the worst of the recession.
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
Then clearly no.
Oh!
Ooh.
Has
he hit his mini Sids, did he? Huh?
My gunnets. My sidlets. Oh, my sidlets. You done me a mischief, boy. What did I ever do to you?
Well, I'm impressed by Psychotic City. He does have that sort of psychotic look on his face.
Yep.
Even when pinned, it's like...
At all times, yeah, he just looks fucking bananas, doesn't he? Yeah. He's a crazy guy. I ain't gonna eat an apple, by the way, so if anyone hears a crunch, that's not me.
Nor is someone's bones cracking on the wrestling.
No. And if you hear any screaming, it's just the apple screaming for help.
And also, it's as you can see, my expert knowledge of wrestling, I just refer to the wrestling.
There's oh fuck, we should go see it during the Fringe. There's a Fringe show called The Wrestling.
You're kidding.
Nope. And it has famous people wrestling. Last year was Ardal O'Hanlon.
That's brilliant.
Uh-huh.
But real wrestlers and comedians, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Together at last. In some kind of unholy, damned marriage.
Damned union.
It's I hear the damned union is quite the big league, supported by, of course, the Catholic Church. Oh no, he didn't.
Catholic Church slam.
That's right, Pope John Paul II.
Very good. I like that. Hold on, was the Catholic Church not good back in the 90s?
That's a good question. It's it depends how you define good. And 90s. and in.
Were we ever in the 90s, or was the 90s in us? Deep into us. Balls deep in us, the 90s was. I certainly feel like I was fucked by the entire decade. Oh fuck! Wrestling Caesar standing up.
Oh, he's showing emotion. That's not right. He's clearly broken character.
Yes, this psychotic Sid. He will be my bodyguard.
It's this pain. It amuses me.
Yes.
No.
But they both left the ring a
Yes.
few minutes ago. How are they still? Or
Well,
should they not technically be disqualified?
there's loads of rules that they just kind of ignore. Brilliant. Whenever it's necessary. And one of the rules is that if one person leaves the ring, there's a count out and the referee counts to 10.
But if the referee doesn't see it.
If the referee doesn't see it, he starts to count whenever the person leaves the ring. And he breaks the count whenever the person enters the ring. But a lot of the times, like, the wrestler will leave the ring and the referee
Kind of forgets about it.
Yeah, won't start the count. And that's normally because
They can't have the match, so they're ending too quickly.
and they'll really only count to 10 if that's part of the match. You know, like either the person's going to lose by count out or it's a close call or something like that. And then,
Sycho Sid's looking a little exhausted.
he gets brilliant spot.
That was really impressive, just to really hold on to going out the ring.
He used to do exactly that, but he'd hit the corner. Instead of flipping over, he'd just spring off it and land on his face.
Wow.
That was really cool. Oh!
Just picks them out of the air.
I got what weight's Shawn Michaels? 250?
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
Grief.
250 pounds. No. The thing about pinning as well is that, you know, they tend to lie there and then there's a big burst of strength and they'll lift up, you know. Which would be fine if, like, once you kick out of a pin, there's like maybe 10 seconds where you're not allowed to pin them again. But there's no rule for that because people pin them continuously.
Yeah.
And why they don't? Oh, fuck. Jesus, what a spring.
What I'd like to see is someone pin someone else using the referee. That's a shake up the system.
And the referee can't do the count thing.
I've seen the referee knocked out and he drags the referee over and lies on the guy and then just like picks the referee for the 3 count. I think that was a Steve Austin move, which is pretty great.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, well, anything. Oh, look at your guy in the back, just casually standing with his.
And Caesar has become seated again. I was wrong. I was not excited.
More, I say.
Fucking hell.
Just look at his face. He's just emotionless. It's beautiful.
I've seen so much.
I was going to do the pinhead one, but I think I've said it far too much.
Oh, do it.
I am so exquisitely empty. Dan posted from Something Awful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was
Nick, who I doubt listens to this, but who may. Nick
You should-
shared it with me.
you should listen to this, Nick, and if you're not already, tell him, Dan, and say we say your name in one of them, and don't tell him which one. So he listens to all of them the whole way through. It was on Something Awful, which is fucking hell, brilliant kick. Oh Jesus, yeah,
That's the stuntman role.
that's a
was
brilliant role, yeah.
Astounding. Like, right in the top of his head.
That's a WrestleMania 2000 role as well. That's one of the knockouts. Yeah, if you hit them, then they just roll back and tilt up on their head very briefly. And
that must take incredible skill. And also lead to pretty heavy cerebral compression.
Yes, absolutely.
think,
An awful lot of strain on the neck.
And just for a legal caveat here, it's very important to say that I am in fact not a doctor.
In any way.
And those people I have supposedly operated on, you can't prove it in court.
You can't prove a goddamn thing. Something
You're
awful.
not having your spleen back, Mary.
So drop it, alright? It's gone. And I didn't take it, and you can't prove I did.
Something Awful did this thing where it was all NASCAR guys, like NASCAR fans, with pinhead quotes below them. And one of them was just this guy. What was it? He had the tattoo.
Is that it? Yeah. He's
No,
like,
no. He had the shape. He had the hair shaped.
Yeah, and he's just like he's got this kind of mad grin on his face. I think there's like he just looks like he's been burnt in that like South Carolina sun for like 10 hours, and he's ripped drunk as well, and he's like got this mad huge beer gut on him. Anyways, it's a picture of this mad looking guy with that quote underneath. I'm so exquisitely empty. He's holding like an empty beer can by his side.
That is a beautiful phrase.
I know it is, isn't it?
So, for those of you who weren't paying attention, he tried to switch in music Sycho said, and he countered it and chokeslammed Shawn Michaels. So, this might be the end. It might not be. It might be a false finish, because I can see him, getting him for a powerbomb.
And I think they were having a wee word with each other there, weren't they?
Probably. Like, this is it.
Now was not the time for posing, Sycho
Oh,
said.
fucking hell. Blessing him. I did not realize that you were ordained. Oh!
The WWF has to inform you that Sycho Sid is not an ordained minister.
He is a minister, but of the Church of Scientology.
And if you have been married by Sycho Sid, please call our lawyers immediately.
Oh, fucking great power slam. That's not it. No one gets out because of a power slam. Oh, your guy, he's wearing, is that a tornado t-shirt? Or a sweatshirt he's wearing? Obviously he has decided that, well, I am done here. The match will soon be over. Go on! Yes. Oh, fuck.
So was that
Oh, he's
clothesline?
laid. Yep. Clothesline, yeah, he's laid out.
It's completely countered him going back up.
Fuck. Brilliant.
So
Fast
close.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Jesus Christ, Earl.
Slow it down. You need to get the metronome out, Earl.
There's a I think it's Rock versus Trips, is it? No, it couldn't be. Well, anyway, there was one where Earl Hebner topped 1, 2, and then on the third he kind of slipped it. Said like, oh, he's out, but the guy didn't actually lift up his fucking hell. What the hell is Sycho Sid doing? Picked up a camera? Oh no, Sydney.
Oh,
Still got the wire and all that.
That camera.
that is property of WF.
Yeah.
That will have to come out of his wages.
I'm not
Oh!
Nothing in this world is more valuable than private property. And that should be protected at all costs.
Especially in the United
yes!
States of America, the best country in the universe.
In the history of ever.
Oh, no, exactly.
To quote David Cross. No, it's the best country in the history of everything ever.
Go on, Shawn. Oh no! Oh, he's hurt.
Is he having a heart attack? He's having a heart attack. Oh, not a good ending.
Is he giving him
No,
CPR? No.
calling for the defib. Oh, look at little Bulka kid looks concerned. He is. Oh,
The
is
Bulka
this?
kid, when he saw Sycho Sid with the camera, he's like, it was you.
Happened right now. He's like, I can't believe. No.
Look, Sydney, this is neither the time nor the place. I'm trying to deliver much needed medical attention. Have you not seen the diploma?
Oh, you silly goose! You hit Earl Hebner.
Pasted the ref.
There's loads of things happening right now.
Look at the security guy at the front. He does not give a fuck about anything that's happening.
What's happening, boys? Go get that camera. Oh. There he is. That's his heel turn. No!
Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar stands.
He is awoken.
How decadent. A camera.
Jesus Christ, look at them.
It's like, now, draw a blade across his throat for me. Yes.
I love that there's one guy who comes
his
down.
beating heart.
Oh, look. Don't know what's happening there. Oh, they're just setting up the
Is the
camera.
referee, is Earl Hebner still up?
Yeah, Earl Hebner's still up. You see, the thing is, like, once he starts using weapons in the ring, he's obviously a heel. You know? Oh, here it comes. Earl Hebner's up. Is he up? Oh, fuck. That was a bad landing as well.
Poor Earl Hebner. He's just barely staying.
Fuck!
Whoa!
It's still a big cheer, though, even though he...
I think but I think at that point, you know... God.
He's not that bad of a guy, I suppose.
But it's also like it was a slow count.
Yeah.
So, and now the paramedics come out.
Privatized healthcare. What are you going to do?
But, look. Yeah, it was obvious that I like that the way Shawn Michaels is more concerned about.
Are they related, or is he just
his old manager? Jose Lothario.
He taught him the wrestling business.
Yeah, he was in a match a couple of weeks ago with Jim Cornette, who was the guy who was on commentary. All right, so while they're defibbing him, what do you think? Well, first we'll do the rookie. Since you can't steal his ideas.
I was impressed. It was fast paced. It kept you engaged. It had obviously his side story as well. So the Earl Hebner being taken down. Obviously his manager as well. It's I thought it was poetry in a way. It's not for lack of a better word. It was as it kept me engaged. Unlike the other matches that I've seen, which admittedly are very few. So it was very fast paced, lots of sort of comebacks. So I was very, very impressed indeed. This was a match where it wasn't necessarily the backstories, it was just the actual physical wrestling that was genuinely impressive.
Yeah, I don't know whether you agree with that, Dan.
Yep.
And there you have it.
Yeah,
Dan agrees. Oh, fucking Sycho said, some guy. I liked it. I mean, it was clear that Sycho Sid was going to win it, or at least that he was going to make a heel turn. I think that it would have been more interesting if he had done the heel turn and gotten himself disqualified, because then he could have continued a feud with Michaels. That then would have made this a win later on make more sense. Like. Suddenly becomes a bit more, her shouting at him now. Suddenly become a bit more ruthless, maybe, maybe start firing out some sneaky digs. Sure. Whereas the other Bull Kid like trying to hang over. That guy, by the way, is fucking everywhere. But it seemed that like the only way he could defeat Michaels was by cheating. However, by the end, he actually held him down for a long 3 count, so it kind of legitimizes his...
It's true. But do you reckon as part of his tactics, this is just my hypothesis, that he took out Shawn Michaels' manager because he knew that he'd go over, he'd be concerned, and thus sort of essentially weakening him.
Yeah, because Jose Lothario wasn't... Like, if Jose Lothario was getting into the match, then it would be a different side. Then Michaels would be the heel, because he's got his manager getting involved, and trying to hit him in the face.
But Earl Hebner as well, I mean, that was just... that's all uncalled for.
What happened? Oh yeah, no, that was a mistake. Though.
Oh right.
Michaels jumped and Sid ducked, and Michaels went over Sid and hit Earl Hebner. So that was a mistake. If he had knocked Earl Hebner out, then yeah, it would have been uncalled for.
I think a bouquet of flowers to the family. I think it'll be all ironed out,
all settled,
and that's it done. Okay, so we move on to our hatches, matches, and dispatches. So, the Hatches, we did not see him because he was in the dark match, but, Bob Holly, we saw him for the first time. Bret the Hitman Hart saw him for the first time. Clarence Mason, Crush, Diesel, Doug Furnace, Flash Funk, otherwise known as Too Cool Scorpio, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who I don't think we'll ever see ever again. I think that's the only time we see him. Phil LaFawn, who was a cunt. Razor Ramon, who we'll see again. Rikishi, otherwise known as the Sultan. Road Dogg Jesse James, Salvatore Sincere, the Iron Sheik, who we didn't see. No, we didn't see because he was in the dark match, and The Rock, and then Zeb Coulter as well, who we actually saw before, but we didn't see because he's in the dark match. All those guys are our hatches. They're the guys that we see for the first time. In terms of matches, obviously, I can't speak. Sid Vicious won the championship.
Was that his first time winning?
That was, I think it was his first time winning.
Because he's actually got kind of a goofy grin on his face. At certain points there
Yeah, he does, yeah. There were no other championship matches in this at all. So that was the only championship match.
And also, sort of a broader question about wrestling itself is: they have sort of seasons where, I mean, like football or rugby, for example, where there's a part of the year where they don't wrestle, or is it just all year round?
No, it's all year round.
Especially in the 90s. I think they used to like drive them into the ground.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They work 300 days a year.
So, for example, it's The Rock doesn't go on a wine tour of southern Italy, for example.
No, they take days off, but they don't all take time off together.
And on a personal note, I would like to see a
Wine
wine tour
tour,
with
yeah.
The Rock in southern Italy.
The Rock's in a new TV show called Ballers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded it just because. Well, I downloaded it for two reasons. One, because it's The Rock, and the second one was because it's done by HBO.
Oh, okay.
It's about a retired football man. It's American football, so I don't even fucking know what they're called. Football technician? I don't know.
I think the correct term is football viscount. As I
And the last thing is the Dispatches, and other than Yokozuna, who I don't think we ever see again. And who else did I mention? Jimmy Superfly Snuka. So those two, Yokozuna and Jimmy Superfly Snuka, I don't think we ever see ever again. And with good reason, because
so that's their career. Like,
that is their WWE PPV career over and over.
So it's maybe dark matches after that, or
Dark matches, or they move to another company, or they move to the independents, or they just work backstage. A lot of them, once they're done, they just kind of help out backstage, whether it's in training, whether it's in booking.
Or sometimes apparently Vince, what he'll do is he'll go, here. And he'll like drive them out in the countryside and there'll be a huge field in front of them and he'll go, go on, run and play. And then they kind of like walk out in a daze and then he just takes out his gun and shoots them in the back of the head.
it's the humane way to do it.
Yeah.
He has done that a couple of times. A lot more than he'd admit. He'll say maybe 2 or 3, but probably closer to a dozen.
He's
He's probably doing one right now.
Let's see a retirement story where one of the wrestlers finishes up, uses money with a hard graft and ends up getting a degree.
A lot of them do go on to do other things. God, who was it we were looking at? One of the guys. Oh, it was Midian. Midian's now a chef in Tampa. Yeah. I don't know whether that's like he's a chef in a restaurant or whether he works in a Burger King. But some of them do different things. But the thing is, like, and Dan's mentioned this before with the wrestler Jimmy Rourke, is that because wrestling is, unlike acting, is one of those things where when you're an old wrestler you can't really do much else. Whereas if you're an old actor, like look at Christopher Lee, God rest him, you can still be an actor. If you're a wrestler, you can't really wrestle. So there's only a limited amount of things that you can do and stay within wrestling. So a lot of them continue to wrestle. That doesn't do them any favors, and then they they try and get back what they had,
I think as a charitable venture, there should be a retirement home for retired wrestlers.
Just so they can run free.
Exactly, and there could be a documentary, maybe a sitcom.
Chic, put that down. He stole it from me. It's shut up, Chic. It's my pudding cup.
Chic, it's I know this is your 5th session this week, but we do have to wonder. It's like, find the source of your anger. You're all here to share.
Oh, Cheeky baby, don't share. Very girl thing. You know what I do to girls? I put them in camel clutch, break their back and fuck their ass.
Okay, that's the kind of anger that's not good in the sharing circle, Chic. Okay.
Alright, so
just that thing where he's gonna, I share a story, and then he just goes, Pontiac Dome 91. The rest of the guys in the circle are like, oh, fuck. The same time, it's every week.
Did you know I used to be bodyguard for Shah of Iran?
Shah of Iran in Tehran, Iran.
Everybody's just, oh, fuck.
You've got him started again.
Why? Who mentioned the Pontiac Dome?
Never mentioned Michigan. Never.
We can never go back to Michigan. But the fact of the matter is, that's our last bowl. So that's the end of fucking Survivor Series '96. We've only got one more PPV of 1986 left, and it's time. And then that's us done. So it's goodbye from Dan.
Goodbye from Shane.
And goodbye from Jez.
Goodbye.
Yes, and we'll see you hopefully next time.